Happy Friday, gamers. This is John, host of Video Games in the World. So, I just came across this article thanks to Mundane Matt, who is one of my favorite YouTubers when it comes to entertainment and his views on censorship. Because I share my views of censorship to his, because I don't like censorship at all. And the article is about saying that video games cause violence. Yes, in the season 1 finale of my web series I spoke about it, but of course, people are still insistent on how video games and violence are, quote-unquote, connected. We've heard from politicians saying that games cause people to go on a killing spree or a crime spree like Trump, Clinton, Rockefeller, Feinstein, and many more. We've heard it from preachers like Pat Robertson and Matthew Hagee, not to forget Jack Thompson, and these people harping about my privilege all the fracking time. So, let me ask you people who say that video games are the source of violence these questions. If video games are the source of violence, then what game inspired King Richard to go to the Crusades? What video game inspired Adolf Hitler to start his regime? What video game inspired Stalin to kill so many dissidents? And what video game inspired Fidel Castro to start the revolution and kill as many dissidents as he could find? If you don't have an answer, then it proves that there has been a lot of violence before Pong was invented, and that is the truth. There was a lot of violence before Pong was invented. All these negative feelings such as violence, racism, and sexism have existed since the dawn of mankind. For centuries, people have killed each other over race, religion, lands, money, resources, and so on. But unfortunately, in these actual times, people never find a logical explanation. Why did Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold shot all those people in Columbine? Bullying was a major factor in this one. Why did Sung Hui Cho shot all those people in cold blood? He was mentally ill and would spend his time criticizing rich kids, debauchery, and deceitful charlatans. Why did the San Bernardino shooters shot all those people in cold blood? Driven by a hateful ideology, and one of them had a troubled childhood in which his father abused his mother. Why did Omar Mateen shot those people at the Pulse nightclub? He was driven by a hateful, misogynistic, and homophobic ideology. Unfortunately, the media are constantly twisting things around and never have anything logical to say. Instead, they try to do some detective work saying like, let's check out what kind of stuff the shooter was into, because I'm sure that the music the shooter listened to drove him to do that, or a movie he was watching. Nope. Is that tired as hell lame excuse, video games. There is never a logical explanation for all of this. Using video games as a scapegoat for violence is just as asinine as using rap music, movies, comics, and TV shows for all the random acts of violence in the world. Do you think violence will end if you ban video games? No. I can say the same thing that if banning religion would end all wars? No. Even if you ban religion, people are always going to fight no matter what. There will always be violence over something. But there's no doubt that people would still kill each other over race, religion, lands, money, and resources. It's a way of the world. Because unfortunately, humanity is a very, very violent species. We can't learn to disagree without being violently disagreeable. We can't seem to learn that. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Whether you're white or black, whether you're straight, bisexual, or gay. Video games are not the reason why kids and teenagers become so violent. Kids and teenagers become violent because of the following: bad parenting, bad neighborhoods plagued with crime and drugs, hanging out with the wrong crowd, abuse at home, bullied by their peers in school, in the street, and so on. If your child turns out to be a bad person, don't blame video games, don't blame music, don't blame comics, don't blame movies, don't blame TV shows, and don't blame the white man. Blame your lack of parenting. The responsibility is yours. People should be held accountable for their own actions, but unfortunately people are just too stupid to blindly listen and believe whatever the media tells them about video games. If video games are the source of violence and all these other fouled up things, then What video games have dictators, tyrannical emperors, and tyrannical kings have played? What video games have criminals played over the years? I thought so. If you people have an opinion about this, just comment, rate, share, and subscribe. This is John, host of Video Games in the World. Have a good one, and I'm out. Bye-bye.